Hello, English learners, and welcome to Coffee and English, where we turn everyday conversations into your English superpower. I'm your host, William, and today we're going to learn something absolutely essential for your social confidence. These are the exact phrases you hear everywhere, every single day. Whether you're waiting in line at the grocery store, talking to colleagues at work, or meeting someone new at a party. These phrases are the building blocks of every English conversation. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to talk to someone, but you just didn't know how to start? Or maybe you started a conversation, but then you didn't know what to say next. So there was an awkward silence. We've all been there, and it's completely normal. After today, you'll never wonder what to say in conversation. Whether you're at work, school, or meeting new people, these phrases work everywhere. Today, I'm going to teach you 50 essential conversation phrases, organized into 5 groups based on what they do in conversations. We'll start with conversation starters, then move to showing interest and engagement, followed by agreement and connection phrases, then polite disagreement and opinion sharing, and finally, conversation flow and natural endings. Each phrase comes with an example of how to use it in real life. Let's begin with our first group, conversation starters. These 10 phrases help you begin conversations naturally in any situation. The key is to sound friendly and genuinely interested in the other person.
Hi there, how's your day going? Excuse me, have we met before? I love your shirt. Where'd you get it?
This coffee smells amazing, doesn't it? Are you from around here?
What brings you here today?
Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I'm sorry, could I ask you a quick question?
Hi, I'm William. Nice to meet you.
Wow, this place is really busy today. These starters work because they're friendly, they invite a response, and they show that you're open to conversation. Notice how some are questions, some are compliments, and some are observations about the environment. This gives you options depending on the situation. Now let's learn Group 2, interest and engagement phrases. These are the phrases that show you're actively listening and interested in what the other person is saying. They keep conversations flowing naturally and make people feel heard and valued.
That sounds really interesting.
Tell me more about that.
I'd love to hear about it.
How did that make you feel? What happened next?
That must have been exciting.
I can totally relate to that.
That's fascinating. I never knew that.
What was that like for you?
I'm curious about your experience. These phrases are conversation gold because they encourage people to share more, which creates deeper connections. When someone feels that you're genuinely interested in their story, they naturally want to continue the conversation. Moving to Group 3, agreement and connection phrases. These help you show that you understand and agree with someone, which builds rapport and makes conversations feel comfortable and positive. I completely agree with you.
That's exactly how I feel.
You're absolutely right about that. I know exactly what you mean.
That makes perfect sense.
I couldn't agree more.
That's such a good point. I feel the same way.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's so true.
Agreement phrases are powerful because they create a sense of connection and shared understanding. When you agree with someone, they feel validated, and the conversation becomes more comfortable for both of you. Now for Group 4, polite disagreement and opinion sharing. Sometimes you need to disagree or share a different opinion, but you want to do it in a way that keeps the conversation friendly and respectful. I see your point, but I think that's an interesting perspective. I feel differently, though. I am not sure I agree with that. I have a slightly different opinion.
That's one way to look at it. I understand what you're saying. However,
I respect your view, but in my experience, that's a fair point. But what about... I can see why you'd think that. I have mixed feelings about that. These phrases are essential for honest conversations while maintaining respect and friendliness. They show that you value the other person's opinion even when you don't share it. Finally, Group 5, conversation flow and endings. These phrases help you transition between topics and end conversations naturally without awkwardness. Speaking of that, have you heard about...
That reminds me of something.
On a different note, well, it's been really nice talking with you. I should probably get going now. Thanks for such a great conversation. I hope we can continue this sometime. It was wonderful meeting you. Take care and have a great day. Let's definitely stay in touch. These ending phrases are crucial because they leave a positive impression and open the door for future conversations. The way you end a conversation often determines whether someone wants to talk to you again. Now let's put these phrases into action with some quick-fire conversation practice. I'm going to create a short conversation using phrases from all 5 groups. And I want you to notice how they flow together naturally.
Hi there. How's your day going?
it's been pretty good. Thanks for asking.
I love your coffee choice. Is that a latte? Yes, it's my favorite. The barista here makes the best lattes in town. That sounds really interesting. I'm new to the area and still discovering good places. Tell me more about this neighborhood. Well, there are some amazing restaurants just down the street. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm always looking for good food recommendations. I completely understand that feeling. When I moved here, I spent weeks trying different places. That must have been exciting, though. It was actually. I discovered some incredible hidden gems. What was that like for you, exploring a new city? I love the adventure of it all. Speaking of adventures, have you tried the bookstore across the street? No, but that sounds perfect. I'm always looking for new books. Well, it's been really nice talking with you. Same here. Thanks for all the great recommendations. Take care and have a great day. Did you hear how those 50 phrases created a complete, natural conversation between two people who just met? That's the power of knowing the right phrases for each part of a conversation. You don't need complex vocabulary or perfect grammar. You need these essential building blocks that make conversations flow smoothly. Here's what's amazing about conversation phrases. Once you start using them, they become automatic. Your brain learns the patterns, and soon you'll find yourself using these phrases naturally without thinking about it. It's like learning to drive a car. At first, you think about every action, but eventually, it becomes second nature. Let me share something important about timing and tone. These phrases work best when you use them with genuine interest and warmth in your voice. The words are important, but how you say them matters just as much. When you ask, "Tell me more about that," make sure your voice shows real curiosity. When you say, "I completely agree," let your enthusiasm come through. People respond to your energy and sincerity.
Your assignment for this week is simple but powerful. Choose 5 phrases from today's lesson, 1 from each group. Practice using these 5 phrases in real conversations every day. Start with low-pressure situations, like talking to cashiers, asking colleagues about their weekend, or making small talk with neighbors. As you get more comfortable, use them in more complex social situations.
Remember, every native English speaker uses these exact phrases regularly. They're not fancy or complicated, but they're the foundation of social connection in English. When you master these 50 phrases, you'll have the tools to start conversations confidently, keep them interesting, show agreement and disagreement respectfully, and end them naturally. Think about how different your social life could be when you never again worry about what to say in conversation. When you can walk into any room and feel confident that you can connect with people. When you can turn strangers into acquaintances and acquaintances into friends, all because you know exactly what to say and when to say it. Conversation is the bridge between being alone and being connected. It's how we make friends, build relationships, and create community. These 50 phrases are your bridge building tools, and with them, you can create meaningful connections anywhere you go. Thank you for joining me today on Coffee and English. You now have 50 powerful conversation phrases that will transform your social confidence in English. Practice them, use them, and watch how they change your ability to connect with people. Remember, great conversations aren't about being perfect. They're about being genuine and engaged. This is William, and I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful conversations you'll have using these phrases. Keep talking, keep connecting, and I'll see you in the next episode.